Everyone. It's been a couple of days. The weather has been absolutely lovely, fantastic. Sitting like this outside feels great. Yes. And my gardener's hands are itching, 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 and I'm trying not to jump the gun because it could get cold again. For some things, actually, it's okay to plant them now, and I'm not quite ready for those though. So again, and doing all that with the little one is getting a little hard. She's up much longer, and she wants to run and do things as well. She's not walking yet. That's it. That would be a different story. So anyway, so I can do a few little things while she's asleep. I don't really like to just be out here. She has a way of waking up when there's nobody in the house. Yeah, that's one of those things. She feels it, I guess, that suddenly she's all alone. I'm not sure. So anyway, but I did plant. I had harvested all the Jerusalem artichokes, sunchokes, as they are also called, and I wanted to plant some on the side of the fence, but it's not ready, and they got to go in the ground again now. So that's a little bit pressing, and as long as I have some, right, and I have a few more in the fridge, I'm thinking, if I can get my son-in-law one evening when he has some time, comes home before dark, or my daughter, yes, but they're so tired when they come back from work. I don't want to, hey, I need to go out there. You guys need to help me, right? Anyway, so we'll wait for the weekend. We'll see. Maybe I can get my oldest granddaughter to help me out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's right. It's a juggling thing. So I have some in the fridge that I could plant out there, but I don't just. This is not my yard. This is their yard, and I don't just want to go out there and start whatever. Though they're like, "You do whatever you want, mom." Don't like to do that. I want to do that. Right? Our motto this year is teamwork makes the dream work. So I want to stick with that. Anyway, so my oldest granddaughter was struggling. See, she suddenly started to struggle in school. And we were trying to figure out what's going on. She's 12, going on 13. And again, I like how this works here in our family. Instead of just talking at her all the time, we tried to figure out what's wrong. And believe me, teamwork makes the dream work, once again, was the clue here. Uh, some time back, she would come and ask for help, and I'm like, okay, let's see here. And some of the stuff that they're doing in school now, I'm just too far behind with certain things. And how do they want this actually? So, or how do they want us to get to the answer? That was another big thing as well. It's not that the answer wasn't necessarily there. It's how do they want us to get there? How do I explain to her what this actually all means here? And something. And it, it got to the point where I realized she's not understanding what's going on. Just switched schools as well, new teachers, and she had expressed that some of the teachers she just can't understand what they're telling her. Um, then she wanted to start softball again. She's very good in sports, so of course, no problem there. Then we find out that she hasn't done some assignments or they weren't turned in, and it's like she is a bit of an airhead sometimes, okay, little laid back personality. What's wrong with that, right? Yet there was another thing that concerned me and her mom as well, and it's like, how do you shove food down a 12-year-old's mouth when they don't want to eat or kind of slip past you every morning? And we found out she doesn't eat anything from the night before until she gets home about 3:30 because she doesn't like breakfast or lunch at school. She doesn't like the food there. And it's like, oh, okay. So she's been doing this for a while. And then she just starts to gobble down. And even then, then at dinner time, she eats Yeah, okay. Was that enough food for you? Okay, well, I'm not hungry because, snacked so much beforehand. Because she's so hungry when she comes home. Anyway, so we're here. We are all trying to figure out, okay, what is going on, and what's the, you know, and we are kind of a little bit flabbergasted and not too happy with some of the grades she brought home. All right, my daughter in particular. But again, instead of, okay, let's try to figure this out. My youngest daughter comes to visit, and of course, all right, oh, are things going to keep staying hidden? That she's struggling a little, or this, or her grades were in this. Oh, no, 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 no. In this family, everything is out in the open. If someone struggles, uh, we try to, yes, and June says, that's right. You guys better listen to her. We try to figure out all together and what's going on. And the thing is, all of us are interested on wanting to know how are my nieces and my nephew doing? How my grandchildren doing? How are our children doing? Do you know what I mean? So everybody's a little bit involved in all this, and things don't stay hidden. Which also kind of, it's nice to see on how close knit our family is, really, when it comes down to it, and it isn't just a surface thing. Yes, I've seen that a lot. Families look really close knit, just going, oh wow, and then yeah, oh, not quite like that. Okay. Well, anyway, so here comes. I can just walked in, and my daughter says, "Hey, guess what? I think my sis just figured out, my youngest daughter just figured out what may be the main source of the problem. That food is brain food as well, yes? And her not eating in the way because she doesn't like the food there. And then, of course, she's 12, so she looks really fabulous, right? And my youngest daughter, right then and there, she says, all this hyped up jazz now about your figure and all that is way more happening than at my time or your mommy's time, and definitely at Grosie's time. And it's only hurting you if you are following some of these guidelines where you need to be a size this or that, right? Yeah, to fit into certain clothes that then look really good on you. So she said, don't do that, and don't conform to that, because you're going to hurt yourself in the long run with other things, like you can't think. You don't have enough energy to think in school and to understand things better and compute things when you're hungry. Oh, all right. Just what are we talking about? Watching Alone, right? The show Alone, and that's definitely true. You see that. So in a way, then my husband came to visit. So we're trying. That was just a few days ago. Everything just kind of happened about the same time, around my younger granddaughter's birthday party, which was fabulous. Uh, so here comes Grandpa, and he brings lots of eggs and bacon. Okay, he's on this diet. I mentioned that before, right? And he shows her this one morning that he's here. This is what you do. Right? This is how. Right? Eat this. Now, so he's against a bowl of good granola with some milk and some fruit, which I'm not. And I told her, I said, you're going to get sick and tired of bacon and eggs real fast if you do this every morning. Though, who would? And so I said, if you want to switch that up, with some, then that's just fine as well. Then there may be mornings where she's a little late and she needs to have a little faster breakfast. Yes? Okay. Well, anyway, so we've been doing this morning, and then we had some other talks about, again, straighten her out a little bit, right? And that can get away from you as a parent sometimes, right? Everything's just fine until suddenly, hey, wait a minute, what's going on here, right? And then you get in gear. Oh, to just again, down talking just at, is not going to help with children, and especially when they start to become what, preteens and teenagers. You've got to have something else in place to help them get back on track. Another thing, so breakfast this morning, I showed her how to do it, about the amount that she needs, and she did it all herself. Well, I watched her. We do this for until the end of the week. By next week, I bet you she got the salt down. And I said, it is your responsibility. If you run out of bacon and you want more bacon, then you put that on the list. And of course, she gets what? The best bacon. You should have seen what Grandpa bought her. It's the best bacon. So, and then I made her, I said to her, how about a little fruit to go with it, right? Yes. So she had some strawberries with it. And so she had a good breakfast. Off she goes. So here's another thing. And a friend came to visit. She comes quite often. She loves the little one, and very good family friend here. And she says, don't they have tutoring at that school? They should have. My son has tutoring, and you stay after school, and don't get on the bus, right? Then of course she has to be picked up. But guess what? She has softball now every day. She has softball 5 days a week, and she has time in between. So after school's off, she goes to tutoring, then she goes to softball. And guess what? I asked her this morning, I said, so how's it going? Is the tutoring working? She says, it's great, Rosie. So here we go. It's not, yeah, now I have to do that. It wasn't, in my oldest granddaughter's case, it's not about wanting to be lazy, this and that. She just needed some help. And finally, we figured it out. Finally, right? Well, sometimes it takes a little time. The thing is, we knew there was a problem. Weren't quite sure what to do about it. Then it took teamwork from different people, yes, to get the ball rolling. Right? Isn't that wonderful? Yes, yes. Right? Anyway, so far so good, and again, no problem. My daughter comes home, and sometimes her dad picks her up. Sometimes my daughter picks her up, and it's all working out beautifully. No problem at all. And it seems like now we're back. Now she's back on track with a healthier diet, right? Yes, and some help when it comes to catching up, because she's just in sixth grade. Right? She still has a number of years in school, and if she starts to fall behind now, what is she going to do in high school? Yes, it's important that we pay attention to when our children start to struggle, and it's not always teenage rebellion. Okay, all right. Yes, and then all them people out there who think that young children already need to look like their models, just stick it where the sun don't shine. It isn't helping them. It's making them unhealthy. And though that's not what we teach her here. She's never been taught that. She's hearing it somewhere out there. Yeah, criminals. You're criminals, getting children to into these unhealthy ways of thinking on what they should look like, so they're what, accepted out there. Oh God. All right, done. Anyway, we got her back on track. So and she's been finding, I said, there's got to be something at lunch that, even if it's heavy, you have a good breakfast now. So even if you don't eat much at lunch, it's fine. But find something, some fruit or vegetables, something that, that you eat, instead of just nothing. Right? Anyway, okay, all right, done with that now. We are in the Proverbs in 14. And I planted those sunchokes out right in front here in the pot. It'll be beautiful. They were great last year, and I had a good harvest from just a few. It was great. I still have some in the fridge. Yes, that's how they last. They're so good. All right. So good still. And we're in the book of Proverbs 14. Wisdom builds herself a house. With her own hands, folly pulls it down. Whoever keeps to an honest course. Oh, yeah, I must have read this before a long time ago. I replaced the word course fierce, knows. Whoever keeps to an honest course knows Yahweh. Whoever deserts his path shows contempt for him. Pride sprouts in the mouth of the fool, the lips of the wise keep them safe. There is some truth to this, I have to say. I feel, okay, I have seen, experienced often, oh, so people believe, but really, when it comes to their actions, it's almost as if sticking it into God's face. I've seen that plenty of times, and that is very sad to me. Yeah, as if, yeah, sure, I believe in God, and again, go to church, this snap, but then the actions of the people, right? It's like, I said, but how can you believe if you're doing things like this? How's that possible? Yes, that doesn't make any sense. That's almost as if, yeah, okay, not going there. I think everybody knows what I mean. And it does show a certain contempt for God. Yes, yeah. What are we all teenagers? Okay. Again, there too. How about finding a way? Where things do work for one to actually believe, truly believe, truthfully believe. Yes. Yeah. Pride sprouts in the mouth of the fool, the lips of the wise keep them safe. No oxen, empty manger. Strong bull, much cash. I don't even get that. That doesn't make any. Whatever. The truthful witness tells no lies. The false witness lies with every breath. In vain the mocker looks for wisdom. Knowledge comes easy to the intelligent. Okay. But you know what? Just keep reading. I could say so much again to all of this. Just saying that's not true. Yeah, knowledge comes easy to the intelligent. What does that mean again? How are we segregated out? Okay, only intelligent people. Okay, who's not intelligent out there? Different in a different way. Intelligent in a different way. Yes. Should one use and being intelligent, an easy way to learn, as a means to put others down? That's kind of a little bit how it comes across, doesn't it? Very judgmental on how people learn. Yes, that box. So that box of on who's smart and intelligent and should be rich and who should be poor, already at that time was the pyramid scheme. That was it. Already in place. For what purpose exactly? Why? Huh? Keep well clear of the fool. You will not find wise lips there. With people of discretion, wisdom keeps a watch over their conduct, but the folly of fools leads them astray. Fools mock at the sacrifice for sin, but favor resides among the honest. Well, that's geared again towards what exactly? Yeah. The heart knows its own grief best, nor can a stranger share its joy. Well, ain't that the truth? That it's not just that the heart knows grief best. I gotta mark this one. This is a good one. We also know our strengths best. Okay, once we have attained adulthood, have gone through certain things, and the excuses of, oh, I didn't know, or I'm just this or that, it just isn't going to fly anymore, right? I'm not talking about children here, but it's true, the heart knows its own grief best. The heart also knows its own strength best. Your heart also knows when you're lying and when you're not. Just referring to something else that we read there. Your heart knows you as you know your heart, right? Yes? So it's true. A stranger can come and tell you all kinds of things on how you should be, this and that, but yet you know yourself best. Right? Yes? Yeah. So that's a really good one. Where I find that when you're just looking for answers from everyone else, then you're doing yourself a disservice as well. Yes? And often it's an excuse to just not look at yourself and say, I know full well what I need to change. I know full well where my strengths lie. I know full well what I'm really good at and excel in. And I know full well where I'm just being lazy, making excuses, and hoping that everybody kind of goes along with it. Yes? Okay. Just saying. The house of the wicked will be destroyed, the tent of the honest will prosper. There are ways that some think straight, but they lead in the end to death. Okay, a lot of this seems to be all repetition again, right? Yes, so we're just going to read through it. Already talked about it. It's just said a little bit in a different way, but it's just repetition of stuff. Just said a little bit different. Use different words. Even in laughter, the heart finds sadness, and joy makes way for sorrow. The miscreant will reap the reward of his conduct, and the good the reward of his deeds. The simpleton believes any message. A person of discretion treads a careful path. So, if I were to just leave out, that was another thought that I had. I like all the positive, right? Yes, I don't like the comparison that they're making here with, because I don't know why people are out there at certain times with certain things. Okay, some things just to me are not acceptable, especially when it comes to abuse of children and animals, even spousal abuse. This, it just no, bullying at work, no, bullying school, no. I don't care. I don't care on how people want to make that right, or that's just how the people are. No. There are many people in homes that are not all that great, or even children. They're not bullies. Why are there other kids who are bullies? Oh, because their personalities and characters are different. Yes, and then they need to be told. Okay, yeah. But then there are many other different things that I'm not going to go and tell people what to do. That's up to them. It's not going to make a difference in one way or another in my life or anyone's life. They get to choose certain things. You just get to choose however they do fit you, right? Or how they do excite you or bring you joy or whatever, right? Not everybody's going to be a painter. Not everybody's going to be a gardener. Not everybody's going to be, right, a president. I'm just saying, right? Not everybody's going to be an athlete. Not everybody's going to, just saying. Many different areas of things that people could do, want to do, are good at, and should choose something that they love to do, right? Make a little less money. I don't know. Right? Make a little more money. Okay. Anyway, but if I just read this like this, the oh, so I said that, and now we're actually in just D. The wise fears evil and avoids it. Okay. Yes. A quick-tempered person commits rash acts. Okay, so the other part of that, the wise fears evil and avoids it. The fool is insolent and conceited. I don't even now. I can't now. It isn't even. It's just okay. A quick-tempered person commits rash acts, but a schemer is detestable. Oh, so a quick-tempered person then is what excused here now? Okay, now it's getting really weird. Simpletons have folly for their portion, people of discretion, knowledge for their crown. So I wanted to take out just the good parts, and I can't. They kind of go together. It doesn't even matter. Wow, that's really crafty. The evil bow down before the good, the wicked at the gates of the upright. They must be talking about spirit world here, because that's sure not happening here on earth. The poor is detestable, or will it ever? The poor is detestable even to a friend, but many are they who love someone rich. Oh, now it's just all in. Oh. One who despises the needy is at fault. One who takes pity on the poor is blessed. The poor is detestable even to a friend, but many are they who love someone rich. One who despises the needy is at fault. One who takes pity on the poor is blessed. Plan evil, isn't this to go astray? Those who plan for good can earn faithful love and constancy. Hard work always yields its profit. Idle talk brings only want. Oh, that's a good one. Actually, that's a really good one, and it is true. Hard work always yields its profit. Idle talk brings only want. That is a good one, I have to say. The crown of the wise is their riches. The folly of fools is folly. Yeah, right. Well, a truthful witness saves lives. Whoever others lies is a deceiver. Oh, here I changed, and then in the next couple, I changed the fear again into no. In the know of Yahweh is powerful security, rather than in the fear of Yahweh is powerful security. For his children he is a refuge. I do believe that. The knowing of Yahweh is a life-giving spring, rather than the fear of Yahweh is a life-giving spring, for eluding the snares of death. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Large population, monarch's glory. Dwindling population, ruler's ruin. I had to mark that one as a. Well, there you go. Mastery. This is considered what a why. Okay, I'm not going there. Mastery of temper is high proof of intelligence. A quick temper makes folly worse than ever. But up here, a quick-tempered person commits rash acts. It's almost, but a schemer is detestable, was almost excused. The life of the body is a tranquil heart, but envy is a cancer in the bones. How did they know about cancer at that time? So when was this actually written? Oh, interesting. To oppress the weak insults the Creator. Kindness to the needy honors the Creator. I don't know if it works that way. I think that's too simply written. Oh, okay, you know what? For evil doing, the wicked will be flung headlong, but in integrity, the upright will find refuge. Wisdom resides in an understanding heart. She is not to be found in the hearts of fools. Obviously not. Uprightness makes a nation great. By sin, whole races are disgraced. Yes, that's a good one right there. And that's where collective sin comes in. Something I had never heard of before the divine principle. Collective sin. If we like it or not, if you're a part of a nation that allows certain things, that oppresses and uses their own people, and you could say something, you could do something, you could avoid it, you could, no, thank you, I will not get this, I do not need this. Then, yeah, yes, yes. As a nation, you can disgrace yourself as a whole. Mm-hmm. Yes. But you can also be great as a whole. Yes? Okay. A king shows favor to a wise minister, but anger to one who shames him. Why? and because kings have such power, and can decide, even if I say, well, you know what, Mr. King, you should not do this. This is wrong against the people. This not. King Gates man, off with his head. All right. So, but it's in here, right? Oh, yeah. Who should you really fear? No one needs to fear God, our heavenly parent. No one. But you should fear people in power when they have power over life and death of people. You should fear them. How about that? Yes? Okay. Well, that's it of 14. As always, interesting reading. I thought it'd be interesting. I thought about that yesterday again, and to just read right the parts that are positive, right? That true wisdom. Right? With people of discretion, wisdom keeps a watch over their conduct. Yes. Favor resides among the honest. Sure. And then that one we had that was actually good all the way through with the heart grieves best. The tent of the honest will prosper. Well, suddenly they don't sound so interesting, do they? Uh, there are ways that there are ways one can think straight. The good, the reward of their deeds. A person of discretion treads a careful path. The wise fears evil or avoids evil and avoids. Okay, the wise avoid evil or avoid conflict. Avoid what will undoubtedly lead them in the wrong direction. People of discretion have knowledge for their crown. I'm not sure. Again, is knowledge such a thing? Again, that it's the more knowledge you have, what the better you become. Is it really like that? I have found in people that the more knowledge they have, the worse they become. Yes, because now suddenly they have tools to do what to other people? I'm just saying. Yeah. Anyway, so one who takes pity on the poor is blessed. I think that one has to do a lot with, okay, do you have any kind of compassion left in within you, right? Sympathy, empathy in the right place, right? Yes? Yeah. I think often, sadly, they're misplaced. And you go, why should I feel, what? What? But if I see someone kind of fallen off the wagon and then is trying to get back on the wagon, of course, what kind of help do you need to do that? Do you need any help? Is it better if you really try on your own? But I will be there cheering you on. Yes? Yeah? Okay. You got my support for that. But I will not be an enabler for other stuff. Right? Yes? So again, how is this supposed to be understood? Again, towards the end here, as I said, the king shows favor to a wise minister, but anger to one who shames him. Okay, so again, what are these proverbs for? Huh? To elevate a king who obviously, okay, now we got a. He's so wise, This is he really, or is this just his own scheme to make sure that the money rolls in, the food rolls in, the women roll in? Just saying. I'm just saying. So, there it is. Okay, well, that's it. That's all I have to say this morning. Yes, I can see. I mean, it's like just make it through it. It's like trudging through the Proverbs. I'm not sure why they're in here. Is this really stuff that they needed to know at that time? Didn't know? I think that if you have either listened to my videos or read the Bible from beginning and went through the Book of Kings and the Maccabees and all that jazz, then Chronicles rather, then you know that the people knew right from the beginning. Moses and Aaron were not just, right? Yes, Abraham. They weren't just, they gave good guidance to the people once they had the chance to do so. It's just the people were already so spoiled. And it's, I keep looking for the commoner here in the Bible, and it's not there, hardly there. And then the one says, oh, look, now we have a story of, Job or Tobit. And you find that, but they're just stories. They say right there, they're just stories. You can't really put a name or a person to them. They're just stories. Yes? Anyway. And now I'm even half to cancer. All right. How's this translated? Well, translated as it was actually written down. And on how the people talk to each other at that time. I guarantee it. But the envy is a cancer in the bones. How did they know about cancer in the bones? If they did, and I know that within the Egyptian and the mummies and stuff, they have found cancer. Yeah, that there's some deterioration going on, among the rich and powerful, like the pharaohs. But did they know what it was? Did they know, right, that there is a problem and it's affecting? Well, if they did, then they knew a lot. So then they didn't know at the time, or they were still under, kind of Neanderthaler beliefs when it came to God and all that, which kind of has been, at the time, even at Jesus' time, he had to. It's like this excuse is being made. But if they knew stuff like this, then I have to say, well, no, then they were way more advanced than we're being told now. That 4,000 years ago, how the people's knowledge was, or not was, then that's not true anymore either. Then they were way smarter, way more intelligent than they're being given credit for. Yes. And if you look at the Greek philosophers, many of them, and then the astronomers, of from all different types of places in the world, then you have to say, no, these were actually very intelligent people with a lot of knowledge and a lot of insight into things. And they were giving it. We still have it today. Yes? Written down. So the excuses of, oh, well, at that time they didn't know, now we know so much more, is not true. Okay? It just isn't. It's not true. Anyway, just because we know how to invent a few more gadgets, this and that, right? Are they really needed? Probably not. Is it more fun to, yeah, probably. Yeah. But have they really done any good? Okay, just saying. Anywho, I could go further into it, but I will not. So, that's it. That's all I have to share this morning. I've got to go. It's almost 8 o'clock. I'm 30 minutes late. Boy, this really got away from me. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, and embrace you with love. And I will talk to you all another time.